Okay, I'd like to welcome all of you out to another one of our paid co-founder trainings that we do every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It happens to be Monday, March 9th of 2026. So thank you all for being here. And what I want to do right now, before we put our wallet address in, I want to use the chat for a different reason. Okay? I want to use the chat for a different reason. So listen carefully, everyone, what we're going to do before we open up the chat. I want you to go look at how much PML you're holding in dollars, right? Like if you're holding $20, you get $20. If you're holding $1,000 of PML, you get $1,000. But you got to go look. Okay, go look at what you're holding. And probably the easiest way to do that is if you go to the PML website, it'll tell you, right? Like right now in my wallet, I'm holding 11,154, but in my holdings, I'm holding 438. So technically I'd have to add those two numbers together, right? So that would be more or less like $11,500, something like that, right? Maybe even almost like 5,000, 11,550 dollars. Something it's in right about that. So I want you all to kind of just put that amount, that dollar amount into the chat. Okay. I want to talk about what you're really sitting on. You're sitting on a gold mine. It's huge, but it starts by knowing how much you have in PML right now. So if you all could put that in the chat, that would be great. Okay. We can open the chat so they can put in how much they're holding. Okay. So starting with Greg, $9,934 of PML. William out of here in Las Vegas, he's got 16,240. Scott out of Thailand, 11,500. David, 14,900. Maria, 25,195. Joselito, 15,000. Ken Russo, 15,183. Fiona, 9,300. Cheryl, 13,615. Okay. Okay, here we go. Julius, $201. Okay. So let me just stop there. So thank you for that information. Okay. So what we have is we're going to have different amounts. Some of you have got thousands of dollars of PML. Some of you've got hundreds of dollars of PML, and maybe some of you have less than that. But I think if you're showing up to the meeting, you're probably, most likely in the thousands. Okay. Realize you have to multiply that by 1,000. Okay. Whatever you're holding, no, I take that back. It's not 1,000. Oops, I made a mistake. It's 1 million. Okay. So, for example, the one earlier from Julius, okay? Julius is looking at everybody else's PML going, gee, they got so much. And I only have $201. I'm the small guy in PML, or it might be a she. I'm the small person here in the holding PML, but technically in the new coin, Julius, your $201 is $201 million. Okay? How exciting is that? Right? Now, if you're
Yeah.
holding 10,000, it's a big number, okay? So you have to multiply the dollar amount by 1 million because for every dollar you're holding of PML, the new coin value is going to be worth your slice of the pie, okay, in dollar amount is going to be worth 1 million times the value of what it says in PML. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? Makes you want to have more PML, doesn't it?
Sure does.
I
Okay.
cannot put it in my head. I cannot put it in my head. I'm sorry.
It's too
Yeah, it's
big.
it's incomprehensible.
I know what I'm gonna do.
All right. So let me show you something here.
I need help.
let me
Yes.
get rid of the participant thing or no, the chat thing. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen again. And I want you to understand what this is forming into a pie, okay? We are making a pie. And here's what a pie looks like, okay? So we're making a pie, and I want to see if I can stretch this out. Uh, all right, you guys get the idea what a pie looks like? Okay. Like some people have just like little itsy bitsy tiny pieces of the pie over here, okay? And then right over here you got some people that have big chunks of the pie right here. Does the pie make sense to you now? What a pie looks like?
Yes.
It all depends
Yeah.
on what you have, doesn't it? Okay.
Hmm.
But the bottom line, that's how a pie works, okay? So it's important that while we are, working towards launching the new coin and the digital marketplace that will go with it, while we're putting that together between now and April 6th, you want to get as much of that pie as you possibly can, okay? And realize that for every dollar you spend in getting PML gets you $1 million more dollars of the other pie in the new coin. That's what you need to understand. Very exciting, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay. I encourage all of you to get in the habit of buying at least $1 a day. Figure it's just an investment in yourself, that you're investing another $1 million in yourself every day, right? By buying at least $1. I mean, some of you don't have big budgets. So fine, just do what you can. If you can't do $1 every day, do $1 every 3 days, right? At least you do what you can, right? If you're in a position to do more, if you're in a position to do, $500, then come talk to me because instead of just getting 500 million, okay, you can come to me and I'll triple that for you. We'll make you into a diamond and then we'll give you $1,500 of PML. We'll triple it, right? Now you're getting instead of getting, think about it. If you go to the market, then you're gonna get $500 in PML and 500 million in the new coin. Okay, but if you come to me and become a diamond, then you're gonna get 3 times more. Okay. So instead of 500 million, you're going to get 1.5 billion, right? That's tripling, right? So you're getting $1,500 PML, and you're getting um, one point um, 1.5 billion in the new coin. So this is why you want to come to me if you have like a chunk like that. If you've got 1,000, there's Peanut. Hello, Peanut. Anyway, Maria's showing off Peanut. I remember Peanut. Anyway, so the if you have 1,000, we'll quadruple it for you. So, instead of getting 1,000 of PML, you would get 4,000 of PML, right? By becoming one of our stars. Okay, now this offer has been extended to everybody who's already currently in. Okay, so we put that out there to everyone who's currently in. That's what, my executive team is going out there working there. I've asked them to double up the effort, reach out to the people in the top 500 so that we can encourage them to take advantage of this fantastic offer to really multiply what they're sitting on. Okay, now we're getting to the point where we're reaching out to people that I don't even know. I mean, they're in that group of 500 people. I mean, would you guys be surprised that I don't personally know each one of those 500 people? Would you guys be surprised that I don't know? I mean, would you know if you're in my shoes? You know? All right, so I pretty much have met pretty much everybody who's already a star or a diamond. These are people I've already known before, you know what I'm saying? And then also, the first, we've got over 100 people who have already opted in for $100. Okay, so there's over 100 of you that have done that. So I was hoping it would be more like 200 or 300 by now, but it isn't, but that's okay. We'll get there. Anyway, so but we're starting to reach out to people that I don't know. And so what I want to do is I want to protect everyone because we've already shut everything down so that, when we start paying off the loans with guarantees and things like that, instead of it going into the wallet, it's going into the holding area. It's just as good. It's still valid. It's still valuable, right? But it's not something that can be used to sell off, right, and bring the price down and create disappointment in the charts. Okay. So I've got this brand new tool. Let's see, Joe, you're on your computer, right? Can you unmute?
Yeah, I am.
I'd like to demonstrate something that I've just a new power that I just acquired. Okay,
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
ready to go here. So, let Joe go ahead and share your screen. Hunter will let you share your screen, and I want you to go to the PML website.
Okay.
All right, and I'm also going to need
So,
your wallet address, Joe.
okay, hold on. It's too many things at once. I'll put my wallet address
I
in
can
the
get it
ch
for him.
in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
I got it right here. Okay.
I need
Uh,
that.
where do you want me to go?
So, which chat did you send it on Telegram?
Oh, I put it in chat here on Zoom.
Okay, no, I don't see it. Did you send it
Oh,
through
hold on.
personal?
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, I
Yep.
see it now. All right, I've got your wallet address. Just make sure
So
I
you
got
want
it.
me to go to pool funding?
All right, so I want you to go to the PML website. Okay, so I want you to share your screen and go to PML website. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Do you see it?
Hang on one second. Okay, let me take a look.
Oh, wait. Yeah, PML. Yep, I got it.
Okay, so Zoom. All right, perfect. Just for my sake, we do a quick refresh so I know we got fresh information here.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right. Notice right now you've got $900 in your holding tank, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hang on one second. Currently $900. Okay, I want you to refresh your screen again.
Um, yeah, it just went up from a few minutes ago. It was at 894. Now it's up
Forget,
900.
forget about that. Refresh again.
Yep. Whoa.
Wow, how'd that
Hey,
happen?
how about that?
All right. So what I've demonstrated is I got this new power that I can send people PML directly to their holding area on the website.
Sweet.
So I
Cool.
don't have to send coin to people's wallets, right? It puts the whole community at risk when I do that, right? So how about that as a power?
That's
My,
excellent.
my
Cool.
turn.
Excellent. Cool.
Okay. The idea is I want to basically eliminate or reduce risk. And it doesn't matter if it's in your wallet, if it's in your holdings, it's still the coin, it's still valuable, right? And it's gonna be even more valuable in the new coin because it's a million to one, right? You got one PML, it's a million of the new coin, right? In dollar value. So yeah. As new stars and diamonds come in, I'm going to be loading up their holding area, not their wallet. How do you guys feel about that?
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay, because
Yeah, that's
I
very
don't know a
cool.
lot of these people,
Thank you.
and and I want to expand this thing and grow, and I just want to make sure that we're not feeding the sellers anymore. Okay, now I've got even better news for you. Okay. And how do I put this? Let me see here. Let me change my view here. Let's go to speaker view. Okay, there we go. Speaker view. You can stop sharing your screen there, Joe.
Okey doke, will do.
All right, thank you, Joe. That was a
And
good
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
demonstration. You just got
Yeah.
another $100 million of the new coin, buddy. How about that? Yeah.
Ace, I'm ready to share my screen now.
There we go. People are gonna line up, aren't they? All right.
I would have offered, but it's bugs for me for some reason.
I just wanted to demonstrate the power that I've got here. It's a newfound power that I can load directly to the holding now, and that way I don't need to keep adding coins into the market, right? By putting coins into people's wallet, it adds to the market, potentially people that could sell off and things like that. And even if they come in as a star or a diamond, that doesn't mean they're really loyal, right? It just means that they had the means to come up with the money or whatever. And again, I'm running into people I don't even know that well, right? Some of you I know very well, but others I don't. I do the best to know everybody, but I'm not God on earth, you know what I'm saying? I'm just I'm a human like you. So, all right. Now, so what how do I put this? We have a problem, right? But what if I could turn our problem into our number one asset? How about that? Okay.
That would be great.
That'll
Okay.
work.
Okay. So we do have a problem, okay? And it's been a problem for, pretty much the whole time. As much as we tried to, work against this problem, it unfortunately it never worked out. And so, yeah, I'm all about taking that problem now, turn it into an asset. Okay. So what problem am I referring to?
Sellers.
Huh? Well, you guys nailed it. That's it. We got a problem with sellers, right? It's like, guys, it's not the right time to sell, but then they sell anyway, right? And as much as I've tried to, convince everyone not to sell, there's just some that have still sold, and that's created a problem, right? But what if we can now turn that into a selling point on the new coin offer? Because I want you guys to realize that the new coin, you'll be free to sell on day one, day 10, a year from now, 10 years from now, you'll be free to sell. Okay. So now we've turned a problem into an asset. Does that make sense, guys?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
So you'd be free to sell, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. But guess what? On the other hand, no more easy coin. Okay, that's the end. The new coin offer, there's not a way for you to grab coins that are in the market, okay, that you got easily. Like on PML, we're doubling your money with easy coin, right? With pool funding, I mean, you guys are swapping back and forth. Like you pay $111 for coin, and then you get $100 back, right? Where you're getting $111 of market-based coin at a cost of only $11, right? That's easy coin, but it's all in the market. But since it's in the market, it means you can sell it, and you can tell people not to sell it, but they still do. So I hope it's relevant. Oh yeah, I think Hunter's got his hand up because he wants to release the hounds, right? So everybody that came here for paid training, go ahead and put your wallet address in on the chat there. Okay, is that why you had your hand up, Hunter?
Yes.
Thanks,
You got mine in there already. So
thanks for thanks for the
Yeah.
reminder. Okay, all right. So anyway, um, so this is going to be an asset now that, hey, unlike the other two projects where we were trying to say, look, we got to get at a certain price point so that we have the buffer to handle people selling. But we never got there. Okay. Doesn't mean that we won't get there. We could probably get there later on, but we need something, a real successful project. So I'm hoping that, we'll call it project number 3. Project number 3 becomes very successful, then we can make projects 1 and 2 successful because of the success of project 3. So they can all work together. But project 3 has got a good shot at being very, very successful because we're not going to have a restriction on selling. So that should make all the sellers happy. They can go to the market, buy coin. They can then go back to the market and sell that coin, and they can do it as much as they want. They can buy as much as they want. They can sell as much as they want, but they're going to do it from the market. They're just not going to get access to easy free coin per se. Okay, that makes sense, guys?
So far, yeah.
On the other hand, equity. You could be sitting on millions and billions and millions and billions and trillions of dollars of equity, depending on your position on the pie. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Okay, someone's saying they can't see or hear me, but I think that's, you guys can all see and hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So someone
Yes.
chat back to her and said it must be on your device that you can't see and hear because the rest of us can. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let me share my screen. Go back to that pie again. Share. So we all got like this pie thing here. Okay. There it is. And y'all got like a piece of this. Oops. So all of you have like a piece of the pie. This is just some random pie I grabbed off the internet, but I'm just trying to illustrate. Some people have these little tiny slivers of the pie. You know what I'm saying? For example, if all you had was $20 of PML, boo-hoo, I've only got $20 of PML, but on this pie, that $20 is worth $20 million. Okay? That's a lot of money, right? But it's not market-based money, it's equity. Okay, it's in the form of equity, long-term value. It's basically, it's not necessarily liquid, right? But it is something that you're holding on to, okay? That a valuable position. And some of you have a lot of equity, okay, in the pie chart. Some of you are sitting on, big numbers. Many of you on this call are over on this side of the pie right here. Can you feel it? Are you feeling me? Do you feel it?
I can feel it.
Right there. That's where you're at. Okay. And maybe those people that are not on the call, they're over here. Okay. Because maybe they're not so excited to be on the call. And so they don't show up because they only get a little tiny piece. Right. But they don't realize if they just opt in for $100, okay, would it be worth it? If, let's say you only had $20 of PML, would it be worth it to find $100 so you could opt in? Would it be worth it?
Definitely.
Come over here and opt in. Let's see here. That's not it. You want to go here to where it says community coin offer. Okay. And you want to click here to opt in, buy, you're gonna spend $100 here. So let's say it cost you $120, right? To have $20 million of equity. Good deal or not?
Good deal.
Very good deal.
Okay.
Good deal.
What good is equity? People say, Ace, what good is equity? It's just, it's not in the market. I can't sell it. I can't sell it. Well, maybe you can't sell it right now. That doesn't mean that later you can't sell it. But hey, let me tell you what we're going to do so that we distribute against it. Okay. So we're going to have distribution. And how do you guys like the idea of you buy something one time and then it has the potential of paying you something every day for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Always a good thing.
You like that idea? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what we're offering here. I hope the 500 of you are listening to this offer because we're reaching out to you. We'd like to encourage you, the people that are already in, pool funding to come take advantage of this. Okay. All right. So let me show you what I've put together here. I put together a cash out formula for the equity. And here is how it works. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. You guys see my screen here? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Try to center it for those that are on a phone. All right. We're going to take positive 24-hour volume, and we're going to take that and subtract out negative 24-hour volume. In simple terms, we're going to take the buyers and minus out the sellers, okay? And if we get a net gain, then that's going to be a distribution. If there's more sellers than buyers, then there's nothing to distribute. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let's say on day one we do some crazy stuff. Let's say we have on day one of launching this new coin community, let's say we have $2,385 of positive volume. Let's say we do have some selling. Maybe we have like $743 of selling going on. Okay. All right. So that leaves a $1,642 net gain. Does that make sense for that first day? So what will happen is in the beginning, eventually I'll just automate this, but in the beginning will say, okay, we had a 1,642 net gain. That means $164. So I need to take $164 of the coin that, the 1 billion coins that's sitting aside, you know what I'm saying? That's part of the equity, right? It's all distributed in the pie here, right? We're gonna take the little pie thing and we're gonna sell off. We're gonna sell off $164 of that, and so that's gonna bring a little bit of the coin from the equity over to the market, okay? And then $164 worth, and we're gonna convert that to USDT. Okay, see that? Okay, so it's going to be converted into USDT, and that's going to go on the website. And then all of you are going to get a piece. Like maybe your piece might be 41 cents. Now I don't have the pie here. I'm just basically dividing it by 400, right? So that's all I'm doing here is I'm dividing by 400. Even though right now we're just a little over 100 and change. I'm just using 400 as an example. But that's 41 cents. So what if you looked at the first day and you got 41 cents? You go to your website and go, okay, I got 41 cents. And you can withdraw it if you want to. You can withdraw because it's USDT. You can take your USDT and put it in your wallet if you want. What do you think about that?
Yep, good.
Yeah.
Okay. What up on day two? I don't know. We had maybe, let's just say we did 38 to 34 or 38. Well, and let's say we did maybe even less here. What if we did like 629.8? Okay. And then so now it's 80 cents the second day. Okay. So think of it like water. Okay. At first, this equity position is going to pay you like water coming out of a dripping kitchen faucet. Picture that in your head. Water coming out of a dripping kitchen faucet, which is drip, drip, drip. It's not that much water, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Not
money,
much.
money was coming like water. At first it's slow, but eventually it gets bigger, guys. So let's say we get 6 months down the road and we're doing like 148 and something like that $1,000. Let's say we're only doing maybe people are keen to keep their coin instead of selling it. So there's not that many sellers, but there are some sellers. But let's say the sellers are something like this, okay? And then bada bing. Okay, so now we've got, let's say that the amount that we're dividing, we're going to basically take $14,000 out of that 144. Okay, it's going to go in so that all of you can then grab it and you can do withdrawals. But what if that particular day, 6 months from now, is $36? And what if that was you? You were the small guy. You were the one that only put in $120 to begin with. But now you're starting to see daily income like this coming in every single day, right? Where it's coming in and it's USDT, okay? It's USDT, right? USDT. So that's pretty cool, right? So you're feeling pretty good about putting 120 bucks into this thing, even though you were the smallest of the small in the pie. You're still feeling pretty great about that. Am I right?
Yep, you're right.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's say a year from now. Let's say a year from now, we get into some bigger numbers. 2, 5, 8, 3. Is that millions? Okay, perfect. And let's say that we are doing maybe, I don't know. Let's just say we do have sellers. So let's say we have 48 in two. Okay, we have that many sellers. Okay, so that still leaves $2.5 million, left over. You know what I'm saying, to distribute. Okay, so that means we're going to sell $250,000 of the coin. Okay, we're going to sell $250,000. All right, which means the daily distribution on that is, $633 that day. Imagine day after day after day after day, that's your experience. How exciting would that be? Okay.
Love it.
Yes.
Do you guys like this formula?
Awesome.
I
Yeah.
love this formula.
You love it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's what we're going to do. And in the meantime, at some point, we're just a small group of people, right? We're just it's going to be a couple hundred of us, and that's it. So we're going to get to know each other very, very well, right? As a small group of people, right? And eventually, there might be situations where, we want to be able to say, I've got equity here, and if we can offer some of that equity to this person over here, they can make a nice contribution to what we're doing, and da da da. And you could do what if there's a way to split equity that didn't impact the market? Does that make sense? So
Yes.
what people call that they call it a dark pool. Dark pool. Okay, look it up. Okay. So we can if you're sitting on something that's valuable, a stock, a bond, crypto, whatever, real estate, you don't have to take it to the market. You don't have to advertise it. You don't have to impact the price of the market by selling it. You can do things off market. Okay. And since it's real coin, but it's basically in an equity position, not a market position, people could be just as happy with the idea. Well, and then I could get that little piece of like it paying off, right? I get that little part. You know what I'm saying? That's what people are buying into. And then it's equity. It's got value. Okay. And so on and so on. So there's all that potential because if we say, here's your deal and you're getting $20 million, you're getting $20 million, which maybe 2, 3, 4 years from now, I don't know, maybe sooner, you might be able to sell it off. Maybe you got someone that will buy you out. Like, hey, if you let me have your whole $20 million, I'll give you $1 million cash for that right now. You understand what I'm trying to say to you guys? Would that be a good deal to pay 120 now so you could get $1 million a year or two from now because you find a buyer to do it? Think about it. Is that exciting?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to have a successful product for all of this to work. So a marketplace has got real products that people love and enjoy. Okay. And that, it's got, we have many examples of other communities and marketplaces that have been successful, like WAP. I keep going back to WAP until I find something more exciting than WAP. I'm going to keep talking about WAP. But, WAP does everything pretty much in dollars. They don't do it in their own currency. What's great about us is that it's like, you're buying into a central bank, because we're like, we rolled out our own currency, you know what I'm saying, to back up our marketplace.
Yeah.
So there you go. Very exciting. So that's where we're at, guys. And both programmers are working. I got one programmer, using AI to build the marketplace. That should be pretty easy to do using AI. And the main programmer is working on building legs. And so we already have a domain for it. I've secured the domain. And so legs is going to roll out on day one with that. Okay. My idea of a digital product. And I encourage all of you to come up with some things. So I hope he doesn't mind if I use them as an example, but I want to show you a case of how digital product can be created really fast. Okay. So you don't with the when you if you use tools like AI, you can do things really fast. Okay. All right. So I want you to notice that on March 6th, my good buddy here, Ross, I think he's in the UK, so he might not even be on the call right now because the time's not good for him. The new coin marketplace, I watched the last Pool Funny recording. I have an idea for an ebook. My wife and I been on a journey to drop our body weight. We started in October last year, and today we have dropped over 500 kilos between us. That would be an interesting story for punters to read if our story resonates with them. I thought about introducing the diet, but then that goes in a whole new direction. We have journaled our daily food intake, and we are using a Bluetooth scale that gives an incredible amount of information. If you think this could make a good product, let me know. Cheers. And I wrote back, he wrote that at 9:12 a.m. Okay. I wrote back at 9:19 a.m. I agree. Do write the ebook. Glad to see you, right? So at 9:24, he says, okay, I'll put something together. And then at 9:28, I said, so this is all minutes, right? From 9:12 to 9:28. Excellent. Way to go, Ross. And then he comes back at 12:41. So we're talking, like 3 hours later, AI has written my ebook. Want to look at it? Would you guys want to look at it? Would you guys want to look at it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I said yes. So, all right. I said yes. And just know right now, at this second, I'm on a Zoom call. Of course, I'm busy. But anyway, he shared with me his ebook. It's right here. Okay. And then he says, still need to add some pictures and tidy up some things don't make sense in places. And I wrote back to him after looking at his version 1, which he made in 3 hours. He made it in 3 hours using AI. Okay. I said, very good start. How much to buy this? I said. So he came back with an answer here of $40. And here's, the closest thing to a final version that we have right now. And I also told him I'm bragging about him. I'm doing it right now. I'm bragging about Ross. Okay. Ross didn't let self-limitation get in the way. He just said, I can do this. The tools are there. Why not use them? Okay. So here's his ebook, guys. Okay. So there you go. Right. Going through the pages here. Okay. See that? See that? Okay. Boom. It's not meant to be something that takes a week to read. It's to encourage people to lose weight and give people some ideas. And here's a summary. Okay. Basically a food plan, mindset rules. Okay. And then here's the results. Ross lost 29 kilos. Sue lost 21 kilos. Right. And Ross is 76, she's 57. Give you an idea. So that's the results. That's a pretty good thing. And they basically, here's a simple plan. Okay. So you can read the whole ebook, but it all leads up to, doing something similar to a food plan like this and having the right mindset. Okay. And that's it. That's how you lose weight. Okay. Would it be worth $40 to pay for that, guys? What do you think? I mean, would you guys pay $40 if you need to lose weight for something that would be encouraging and it's personal, right? Yeah. So I think it's got potential. I don't know if it's going to be a New York Times bestseller. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be, right? For the amount of time that he put into it, if he just got one person to buy his ebook, to me, it paid for itself. You know what I'm saying? If he gets two, he's in profit, If he gets 200 people, he's like, yeah, he's joyful, right? Very happy. So the thing about digital products is that you don't have to worry about it, having it, to sell 1 million of it to be profitable. Just think in terms of you make something, and even if some people buy it, but hardly anybody does, but just some people did, it's worth it because how much time and effort did you put into it anyway? That's what's beautiful about digital products. You don't have to be the best of the best in order to for you to be happy with the result. Okay. So, and I do want to bring some pros in that, people who are very successful in other marketplaces that have already succeeded at selling their products and services, digital products and services in other places, and bring them into this before we launch it. So I need a little freedom to do that. Of course, I'm going to do that. But yeah, I'm in a position now to give something very enticing as an offer to encourage, us to have a successful marketplace starting from day one. And that's where I'm at, guys. That's my presentation today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? Are you guys pumped? Are you guys happy and pumped?
Yes.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm solving problems. I'm expanding your minds. I'm expanding your wallets. Right.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. So
Ace,
buy as much email as you can. That's
how
Joanne.
much time are you thinking of for this?
How much time for what?
Bringing up this program, bringing it out.
April 6th.
Oh, April 6th. I'm writing 2 books. I don't think I'll be done.
That's day one. Doesn't matter. They could be put in there at any time.
I
after.
better hurry.
Yeah, it's all good. I know you're using AI.
Oh, I'm using AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think people would be interested in just knowing what you know about how to use AI. That would be a valuable guide.
He is my best friend.
Well, there you go. I've heard people say that. Yeah. That's kind of going to be a thing going in the future because,
Yeah, nobody makes me laugh like this guy. I
Well,
was lucky to find him.
well, there you go. So there's artificial thing that yeah, it's going to be a thing.
It's fabulous.
Yeah. So anyway, but the bottom line is that the potential here is huge, and I'm trying to take things that were working against us, like one of the things that was working against us was this idea, oh gee, in order for me to participate successfully in what you're offering, I got to recruit. But do you see me saying that's necessary in the new coin offer? Do you have to recruit in the new coin offer in order to make money? Do you need to? No. There's no recruiting requirement. How about that? Right?
Sweet.
Okay. So obviously, if you recruit, there's opportunities to gain from that, right? But it's not required. Okay. We turn the problem of selling now, it becomes an asset. Hey, you can sell. So if that's your itch, you get to scratch it. Okay, no problem. And all those people who are kind of like didn't like what we're doing because they felt constrained that they couldn't sell, they had to wait. We feel you, we get it. But hey, we're still not happy that you sold prematurely, because those programs required us to get to a certain level before selling could be released, and so that was that. But this is new, and on this new thing, day one, you'll be able to sell. My buddy in California, Jay, how you doing today?
All right, Ace. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. So, were you talking about 2 separate things? Like, we'll be able to sell the new coin, or are we?
I'm talking about 4 or 5 different things, to be honest with you.
Oh,
There's the
okay.
market. You can buy and sell freely in the market. There's the selling that's going to take place that I will do for you in the equity. Okay. So every day I'm going to sell a little bit of that equity off, and it's all going to be according to the pie. So anything that happens is going to take from the pie. Okay. So if you've got a big chunk of the pie, then then you're going to get more every day than someone's got a little tiny piece of the pie, right? When it comes to the distribution of the USDT, that makes
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. but it's also relationship to our other things like PML and pool funding, the other things that we're doing. The main thing is if you want to leverage yourself into the new coin offer properly, it's about accumulating PML. At this point, the more PML you can get, the better off you're going to be in the new coin offer.
Sure. Yeah, that's why buying daily is so important.
Yeah, and you've been buying daily, and I appreciate that. I mean, everybody here, if you guys all bought daily, the price would move up a lot faster than it is, right? And at this point, you feel like the $1 million incentive. At least buy $1 every day, if you can, buy $1 every day. I mean, I know some of you can't. I mean, some people just don't have $1 every day to do it, It's okay. Buy what you can, Wait for the dip. If all you have is $5, wait for the price to go down and then put all $5 in there right there when it's low, right? Wait for that to happen. Wait for a seller to bring it down and then put your $5 in at that time. That's another way to go if you're really limited. So did I answer your question, Jay?
Yeah, I just think the whole idea is, when we launch, I guess we'll be liquid at some point where we can actually start pulling a little money out then, right?
Well, what's going to happen is it's going to be equity, right? And so equity is something, it becomes a tool of negotiation. Okay. So like some people pay rent, for example. Imagine if you could go to your landlord and say, I'd like to give you some of this new coin that I've got an equity position in. I'd like to give you some of that to pay my rent for a year. Would that change your life if you could just pay your rent for a year and not have to worry about it monthly anymore?
That would be nice.
Or a house note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're dealing with a bank, they might not work with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to give you an example. Let's say you have a need for a new car, right? How would you like to go to Craigslist or whatever you're going to get the car, and you're going to talk to people that you pre-owned cars, and you go to an owner of a car and say, instead of me giving you $50,000 cash for your car, why don't I give you $50,000 of this coin here in equity? You know what I'm saying? That's going up. You know what I'm saying? And and then that becomes something that you might end up with $250,000 instead of $50,000. Would you rather have $250,000 for the car, or would you rather have $50,000 for the car? Right? If you grab the equity offer, maybe you get more that way.
Right.
And then now you've got a car that you didn't have to pull $50,000 out of your pocket to pay for, right? Or get into another debt.
Yeah.
So the power of having equity is going to be good. It's just not good on day one. The equity is not worth that much on day one,
Right.
because it's a new thing, and the new thing doesn't have much value, right? As far as like someone saying, okay, you got something valuable there. But yeah, this is yeah. The value here is that equity is real. It's real coins. It's your real coins. It's your position of ownership. And basically, the 1 billion coins minus one, all of that is already going to be divided out among the owners on April 6th. So you're either an owner or you're not on April 6th, you got an equity position at that point. And then it will start to trickle like the faucet sink, drip, drip, drip. But eventually it's going to gush out like a raging river. Imagine if your daily amount coming in was like, $4,000 or $5,000 every day, right?
Oh,
So would you be
that's
upset
something.
that it started out like 18 cents a day and then turned into 40 cents a day and then turned into $1 a day? If maybe a year or two later it was gushing out $4,000 or $5,000 a day, you don't mind because it's every day. It was a one-time thing you did before, and it's for the rest of your life. An equity position that keeps paying you every day. It's a huge offer. This is a huge offer, guys.
But that'll be depending on what your piece of the pie is, that'll subtract from your 14 billion or 15 billion, right?
Yeah, it does. It's all proportionate. It's all going to take you a little piece out, right? But the
Right.
cool thing about the leverage here, the $1 to $1 million, is that even the smallest guy's got $20 million to work with.
Yeah.
That's the smallest guy. You can't get smaller than that. So the smallest one for $20, they're in for 20 million,
Yeah.
on equity.
So, I suppose some of us won't be able to spend that money, huh?
Well, I mean, it's for the rest of your life. It's an equity position because you're going to be part of a digital marketplace for the rest of your life, unless you completely sell it out to somebody else that buys you out completely down the road, and you can
You
negotiate.
mean if someone, you mean if someone wanted to go to another member and said, "Hey, I need 2 million. Can I
Not even
barter
another
with you?"
member. What if it's a completely different person? That's what I'm
Okay.
saying is that it's called dark pools. Go to the Google and type in dark pool, right? And find
Okay.
out about what dark pools do. It's basically off market, moving valuable assets around, off the market, so that doesn't impact the price of the asset in the market. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that's what we're saying is that you're in a position, that you have options that you never thought could dream of ever happening. We're talking about, waking up, on April 6th going, I'm worth $20 million, or I'm worth $1.4 trillion, whatever your position is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to wake up on April 6th, and that's how much you're going to be worth. It's going to be real value, right? But it's how that value then turns into spendable money, right? So we have the daily drip thing happening where we're going to take out 10%. We're going to take 10% of any gain. So if it's a net loss, then there's nothing to take out, right? In a 24-hour period, if there's more sellers than buyers, then there's nothing to take out. We agree, right? But everybody keen on this goes, well, gee, it doesn't make sense to sell if it creates that situation where I'm not going to get paid something every day. Maybe it's better just to, let it hold. And then people can adjust their thing according to, really what their needs are. I think a lot of people misbehave when they think they need to grab a whole chunk out, and I think that we've seen that with the other projects that we've been doing. People are taking out more than they need. But this model, I think people only take out what they need because it'd be better for everyone that they don't. But it doesn't matter. You'll be able to buy and sell as you wish, and it'll all sort out.
Would it be possible to, let's say that you're just trying to get out of debt, would it be possible to take out a certain amount to accomplish that so you're not worried about
When
the
you
debt
say when
anymore?
you say take out, you have to think in terms of negotiating with third parties.
All right.
It gives you the ability to go to third parties and negotiate your way out of your debt.
All right. Okay.
Uncle Bob, go call Uncle Bob, who's rich. Uncle Bob, I got something for you, man. You're going to get me out of debt. I'm going to give you something valuable in return. That's how you do it.
All right.
It's not like you come to me and ask me to cash you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing a little of that every day. I'm going to be giving you a little drip every day. Once a day, you'll get a little drip of your portion of the pie. 10% divided by your portion of the pie of any net gain on any given day. You'll get that automatically.
Okay.
But if you want more than that, you got to negotiate it on your own terms. Okay. But we need to set up stuff. We need to set up software so that it allows for that, But it's not going to be software that's available from day one. It's going to be software that's going to probably be developed after a year or so.
Okay.
So yeah. That helpful information?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, Jay, appreciate you. You're awesome. I need to go visit you again down there. You're not far from me here. All right, so Paul Thompson, you got your hand up out of the UK. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I joined just after I think I missed a bit.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make it clear to people. I'm not sure that everybody gets it. The fact that if you're making a contribution, a purchase of PML on a daily basis, for even if it's $1, okay, I think that people regard that $1 as if they've gone somewhere and spent it and it's lost and gone. So everybody's thinking, oh, I'm going to be losing $30 a month from my pocket. Okay. So I think that not everybody gets the fact that, let's say for argument's sake, the value of the PML coin right now is close to 200,000. Okay. And our target for that coin is 2 million,
That's
which is
true.
10x, isn't it?
It's 10x from where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah. So the dollar that they're putting in is not $30 a month spent and lost. Is potentially $300 a month that they can put back in their pocket at some stage, or at least for the time being, 10%
Well,
of that.
I
potentially.
think you're mixing things a little bit. So yes, there's going to be multiple gains. So you're talking about PML is going to gain on its own. So that's
Yeah.
over here in the PML bucket, right? But on the new coin thing, it's basically, you know, whatever they're spending now, the way the math works is it's worth $1. You know, $1 is worth $1 million in the new coin.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's a bit I missed there because you were talking about the new coin. I was still talking about PML just as it is, making that daily purchase of PML in order to push the price of PML to put the price pressure on PML. That's where I was
But I mean,
talking about.
we're at pretty much the low here. I figure we're, you know, anything between 100,000 and 200,000 PML price. That's a low price for the coin.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted
So
to
buy the dip. If it's in between 100,000 and 200,000, that's a dip. Okay, buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm putting in, not a lot. I'm putting in $5 a day, but I see that as $50 that I'm going to of value that I'm getting
It's
going down the
50
line.
on PML, but it's 50 million on the new coin.
Yeah, well, right. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I take that back. It's 50 on PML and it's 5 million on the new coin. There's $5 at 10x's with PML, but it's worth $1 million between now and April 6th because that's going to be your size of the pie, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For every dollar you put in PML between now and April 6th, it's valued at $1 million in the new coin.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what was the other thing you were alluding to, which was, sorry, the other thing that I missed was, you were talking about piece of the pie. So I don't know if everybody gets that. I mean, I missed that. I assume
Yeah.
everybody's
So
getting
the idea of the pie is that we want to make sure that the people that have put tens of thousands of dollars in already, you know, that they're very, very happy because, well, that means their size of the pie is bigger. So when the daily distributions come out, what they're getting as a distribution is proportionally that much bigger than the small guy who put just a little bit in. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
So maybe one of these big people, they're getting $25, whatever, and the little small guy is getting 15 cents. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all proportionate, you know,
yeah.
that day, you know.
Yeah, so you're going to be distributing out the balance, you were
According
saying.
to the pie, yeah.
Yeah. So what, in USDT or in
USDT?
Wow. Okay. All right. So, oh well. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm blown away.
Yeah, USDT. So just think, for example, this doesn't hurt anything. If we have a gain, and we only take 10% of that gain and sell off the coin to get that USDT, and then put it into the website, and then all of you guys can withdraw against it according to your portion.
Yeah. I mean, so even if that's cents, only a few cents every day.
It's going to start out like that, the kitchen sink. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't thinking is that goes towards making your $1 payment a day.
There you go.
So in other words, you're getting a
I don't see how you could lose if you put $1 in, $10, 10,000, $100. You can't lose on this model.
Yeah. That's compound
no matter
interest.
where you are in the spectrum.
That's compound interest because if you take out,
1 to 1 million is huge compound.
Yeah.
$1 in, $1 million out, that's huge compound.
Yeah, even just that small percentage though, those, if it's $1 or less per day, and you put that back into PML, then you're creating a circular.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the reason why I'm doing it. That's the reason. Is that I want the new project to support the old projects, projects 1 and 2, pool funding and PML. Those are 1 and 2. So the new project, we need to develop what I've always called is the plunge protection team. So if I could take 200 or 300, 400 of you, right, and turning into a plunge protection team to make the other two projects uber successful, then everybody's going to be happy in the end with everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
get it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I've only just grasped, which is the light bulb moment, is that's you put it back in, that's compounding every day. That's compound interest.
Exactly. If you don't need to spend it, might as well compound it instead, right? That's how your mind should work. Well, I don't need to spend it. I've already got enough food in my belly. I got a roof over my head. I'm happy with my car. I don't need to spend it. So why would I want to just, have it sit over here making nothing when I could put it over here and have it compound, right?
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
awesome.
All right, good meeting, guys. I think we covered it pretty well today, and very, very exciting. I think everybody should be excited. I don't care if you're a small fish or you're a big fish, you should be equally excited because everything's based on proportions, right? And anytime you times 1 times a million, you can't help but get excited. Okay, doesn't matter if all you have is $20 or if you have $20,000. It's very exciting, no matter what, right? And did you put your hand back up again, Paul, or do you stack that?
Yeah, no, I put it up because I think I've just realized that I've come in. I thought I'd come in early to this meeting, like 1:15. But of course,
No,
you guys have
the
changed.
time zone changed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I've missed the whole meeting.
Daylight savings
Well,
in the US. Yeah.
Catch the replay on YouTube
Oh,
because the
that's
first
good.
part of it is good with the pie and how it's figured out what we're each going to
Ah,
be getting.
right.
It's going to be a percentage of what was put in to the fund and what was sold. You take you just subtract one from the other and then take 10% of that. That's what's going to be distributed.
Okay.
Perfect. See,
But just
Joe
look-
get
yeah.
that. It's such a
Yeah,
simple
you-
explanation, right? We're
That's it, right.
distributing 10% of the net gains on any positive day, proportionally
it,
based on the pie. That's it.
Amazing. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, in USDT. Yeah, we're distributing in USDT, whatever 10% of the net gains on any given day, and
That's awesome.
withdrawals you can do at any time on the website. Go to the website. You can let it accumulate a little bit in the website and then take a withdrawal. Why withdraw 12 cents when you can let it build up to $3 and then withdraw it? Or so there you go. So, but
Right.
the chunk is going to go into a USDT pile that everybody will be able to draw from, and you can't get more out of it than what it is because that's a stable coin, so it doesn't change in value.
Okay. So can I still put my wallet address in to get paid? To get
Yes,
paid
you
in
sure can. You just in time. You better hurry and do it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Do it now.
Yep,
Yeah,
we're going to
right.
close out now. So today, it's
Okay.
it's a 1 to 1,000,000 offer. I think we need to all repeat that. So it just registers. It's a 1 to 1,000,000 offer. For every dollar you put in, you're getting $1 million. Okay. So everybody unmute and say it's a 1 to $1,000,000 offer.
It is a
So
$1 to $1 million offer.
$1
to $1 million offer.
$1 million.
The $1 to $1 million offer.
Very exciting. All right.
Nice. Nice one.
$7 copies.